Welcome back. Great tour happening here in Australia. The Alice Cooper live from the brutal planet. The interesting thing is that you have the chance here in Australia now of seeing Paul Rodgers from Bad Company, and you've got the opportunity of seeing him right now on GMA. We welcome Paul to the show and to Australia.
Thank you very much.
Good to see you, Paul.
Nice to see you.
We're just having a chat during the break. Now, I've got to step very carefully here because there are sort of, as I see it, a couple of bad companies, but you're the real Bad Company.
I think so, yes. I mean, I like to think so because I was, the original Bad Company was myself, Simon Kirke, Mick Ralphs and Boz Burrell. And then I left and went on to form The Firm and do blues albums and do different things, and they continued with different singers.
And before that, of course, was Free.
Yes. So my history is Free, Bad Company, The Firm, solo, and then back to Bad Company occasionally.
Right. Now, you've left one out, though, the one that I mentioned during the commercial break.
Aha, yes.
Well, Flowers, was it?
Yeah, when we first came down to London from Middlesbrough, from the industrial north, we came down to London and the streets were supposedly paved with gold. There was a big, it was the height of hippiedom, and we called ourselves, we changed our name from the Roadrunners actually to the Wildflowers.
Mm. Did that work for you, that band?
No, it didn't actually.
How hard was it breaking through? Because, I mean, everyone realises now what a great musician you are and what wonderful work you've done with the various bands, but also seen as such a great solo artist. And it's very hard to imagine there was a time when you were finding it difficult to break through with that sort of talent. Is it just because of the numbers and the luck involved?
Yeah, it's, I mean, you can have a massive amount of talent, but that's really only the starting point. You really do need the breaks, and you do need to make the contacts. And you really need to believe in yourself, I think. When we came down to London, we did the Wildflowers thing, and then we were very hungry, and we were at each other's throats eventually, and it just sort of split up, Mm-hmm. And they went back, all the rest of the guys went back up to home, and then I stayed down because I believed in this thing, there was a blues boom happening, there was all the psychedelia happening with, Jimi Hendrix and Eric Clapton, the Cream, and all of that was going on. And it was just too good to miss. And I bumped into a guy called Paul Kossoff, who had a blues band, and then a guy called Andy Fraser, who was just fresh out of John Mayall's blues band, and Simon Kirke, and we just locked in together, and that became Free. So that was really our big break, if you like, really getting a band that was really solid, and we could actually go out and play, do the thing.
I was talking before with Joanna Lockwood about an Australian band called The Strangers, and John Farrar, who was the leader of SAME and is now living in America and doing great things there and so forth. But I remember him saying to me once that the great difficulty was when they were trying to break through, not just here, but in England and America too. It's like the green card. You need work to get a green card. You need a green card to get work. So it's difficult. And in the case of a band or a singer, you need a chart success to tour, and you need to tour to get chart success.
Yeah, it does snowball unto itself, and that's why really once we got Free together, we thought, okay, I mean, there's 4 of you against the world. Then at least you were locked in together, and you felt like a unit. You could then deal with all the problems, because you thought the same, and you were all focused on that one thing, being successful. So you go out and you play any and everywhere, and you start to build up a following, and in doing so, you create an interest from a record company.
Sure. And chart success is of paramount importance, isn't it?
Well, that's what you're aiming for.
Yeah,
that's
the goal.
Funnily enough, by the time we had huge chart success with All Right Now, it was such a long road. By the time we got there, the band was ready to split up anyway. It's a shame. That often happens, I find. It's such a long road to actually get there.
Lots of dramas with the band, because it seems to happen that way, that all of a sudden personalities which started out as pretty close and good friends, all of a sudden the other side is seen and problems occur.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, looking back now, I can actually Simon has been there. Simon, the drummer, Simon Kirke, has been right through a lot of the bands, apart from The Firm. And we're still good friends at the end of the day, and I still talk to Andy Fraser as well. So, but when you look back, at the time, it was so intense. You're so close together, and there's so much stress, so much of things that you're dealing with all the time, that you can kind of, it gets too much for each other, and it's kind of
And what happens quite often too, the prime mover that started out doesn't remain the prime mover. All of a sudden there's another dimension to the band that's found or whatever. And, I mean, that really is a recipe for problems too, isn't it?
Well, I mean, you know, the way I see it now, I look back and I think that was then and that was great, and what we produced will really stand forever. The music is still being played. You know, All Right Now, for instance, has just been awarded a BMI for 2 million airplays, having just got 1 million. So it's still getting, that's 1 million airplays in between, you know, like in 5 years. So the music is still being played. Free, Bad Company in the Firm and all of the stuff still being played. So it has, you know, gone beyond all of the...
Sure.
All the
It's a pretty good time of your life, though, your professional life, isn't it? Because you're doing stuff and you're finding new fans and so forth. Let me just explain to everyone that it's quite a tour. It's part of the world tour. And you're here in Australia with the Alice Cooper Tour. Newcastle Entertainment Centre, Friday, April the 13th. This is Good Friday, this coming Good Friday. On Saturday, the Gold Coast Carrara Stadium, where football used to be played a long time ago. Tuesday, April the 17th, the Perth Entertainment Centre. Thursday, April the 19th, at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre. Friday, April the 20th at the Melbourne Rod Laver Arena. Saturday, April the 21st at the Sydney Superdome. And then on Sunday, April the 22nd, Paul's coming home to my place to do a personal concert for me, which I really enjoy. That's just exactly what you'll need, isn't it? You've got your guitar there. Would you play something for us?
Yeah, I put a little thing together because we mentioned so many different bands and everything. I do this little collage, and these are songs from each of the different bands. Free, Bad Company, The Firm, and the Blues album.
We'd love to hear it.
I'll just tune up here. All right now, baby, it's all right now. All right now, baby, it's oh. I can't get enough of your love. I can't get enough of your love. I can't get enough of your love. 2, 3, 4. Well, I'm not uptight, not unattractive. Turn me on tonight, 'cause I'm a radioactive. I want to stay with you. I don't want to play with you. I want just to lay with you, and I want you to know. See, I want you to know. Muddy water blues. Muddy water blues. Muddy water blues. Tell me the news. Whoa, but I'm just walking along in the rain with these all right now. I can't get enough. Radioactive. Muddy water. Blues.
Thanks a lot, Paul.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I've got a little present for you.
Oh, lovely.
I'm going to give you this too.
Thank you.
If you
I appreciate that.
And it's got the website and everything on it.
Lovely. Have a good time around
Okay.
those venues which we've given already. Please thank Paul Rodgers for being here this morning.
All right.
Don't forget, Alice Cooper live from the Brutal Planet is playing. Okay. Sit down, stay around a while. You can stay for the rest of the show, can't you? And it's showing in Melbourne, particularly the Rod Laver Arena, but the other dates you've got there. And don't forget also... Oh, hello. And it is too. Don't forget Annie, the musical, which is playing at the Regent Theatre in Melbourne. Great to see you, Paul.
Okay,
thanks for being here.
Thanks. Good luck. Thank you. Cheers.
Lovely. I think you had the right idea. I think I'll leave too myself. Come on, Paul. In the meantime, here's Ed.
Oh, okay.
Michael and